Hey everyone, how y'all doing today? My name is Voice of Reason 467, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Gina Carano for the moment, because apparently she has been fired from Disney. Now, let me make this perfectly clear here. In no way, shape, or form, am I happy with Disney and how it's handling of the Star Wars IP. Alright? A lot of the progressive signaling that Disney has been attempting to do is not only insincere, it's annoying because it's being used as a means to deflect from the quality of their films, which are pretty fucking bad for the most part. The Mandalorian's good. The whole, well, let me just say, Force Awakens is good as an opener. Rogue One, pretty good. I like it for the most part. Personal issues aside, it's a good movie. But I'm only saying this primarily to deflect from and to primarily point out the fact that I'm not, nor have I ever been, a shill for Disney because of like any kind of political stuff. If you make a lesbian kiss in a film and you take that out so that way it can air in places that are homophobic, and you use that controversy and deflect away from it by saying that you hate gays, I'm sorry, but I just don't have any use for you, nor do I have any interest in consuming your fucking material beyond critiquing it. So there's that. However, with regards to Gina Carano, is anyone seriously fucking surprised by this whatsoever? Let me point this out here. Gina Carano has been, for the past 3 to 4 years, has been signaling various different issues with regards to trans people that have basically outed her as a TERF. And people have said, oh, she's not actually a TERF, she's just defending her friends who are accused of being TERFs who aren't TERFs. But when you look into it, they actually are TERFs because some of the people that she's defended are literally involved in harassing people. So it's kind of like the J.K. Rowling situation. I mean, J.K. Rowling's a TERF. Gina Carano's a TERF. That's just, it may be disgusting. It may not be something you want to see The Mandalorian for. And I don't really mind people boycotting something for that. Disgusting politics are something worthwhile, or politics that you find disgusting at the very least, are something that you should boycott for. It's not that big of a deal, and it's not called cancel culture. Alright? But let me also point out the fact of the matter is that Gina Carano has been consistently signaling right-wing fucking myths about the election results with regards to Donald Trump. And this has caused a lot of people to become not only angry with her, but also to become very disappointed in her. Me, myself, I'm very disappointed in her as well when that originally came out. However, I didn't want her fired from her job, but I wouldn't be surprised if signaling this kind of shit about stop the steal, about the election being fraudulent, and all this bunch of other bit of nonsense with regards to how the election was handled, because it was handled just perfectly fine. Donald Trump lost the popular vote, and he lost the Electoral College. Just like he lost the popular vote last time, but won the Electoral College last time. So, I don't think that this is at all unconvincing, but I want to also point out that the reason why he lost was primarily because of the pandemic and his handling of it. So, just want to make that clear. Now, the reason why it is I'm kind of going into all of this was because, well, Gina Carano got fired because she has been trying to make it seem like criticizing her and her signaling that the election was stolen by making claims that are equivalent to that of saying that the election is stolen, by basically saying that all the states need to be audited, every single vote needs to be audited, which is a Trump talking point about stop the steal, saying that, oh, the people need to be looked after as they're counting the votes. That's a claim about Donald Trump saying that the electoral votes, the actual popular vote was not counted properly and no one was allowed to observe it and whatnot. Even though that's a lie, that's a misrepresentation, and literally everything that Donald Trump has said and lied about the election, as well as everyone else has been saying and lying about the election, she has given a platform and rhetoric in that. And that platform and rhetoric is literally supported by her Twitter account. And her Twitter account is associated with Disney. Okay, now, since Donald Trump decided to go and do an insurrection, people have been piling on Gina Carano even more heavily now and asking her if she would actually apologize about all of this and whatnot. She has decided to go and deflect by saying that criticizing her in this fashion is the same thing as the fucking Nazis convincing Poland to rip their neighbors out of their homes to give them to the Nazis. That criticizing Gina Carano on social media for giving rhetoric in support of an individual who led an insurrection on the U.S. Capitol is the same thing as Nazis doing that in Poland. Now I want to also point out here that the historical significance of this is completely misrepresented also by Gina Carano, which is also one of the reasons why it is that I'm making this, because this is incredibly fucking disgusting. First of all, the Nazis, they took an existing bigotry, an existing conspiracy that a lot of people in Germany and in Poland had about Jews regarding World War I, and they exploited that. They exploited that to the degree in which they literally were able to genocide those individuals without the care of the populace wondering what the fuck was going on. Because they were Jews. And this is a fact. That is what Hitler did. What people on Twitter are doing is criticizing you for giving platforms to claims that were used to lead an insurrection by misleading people. These are not the same things. This is the reason why it is Gina Carano was banned, because it's a brand thing, okay? I want to point this out real quick, because over the last 3 years, Gina Carano has been giving pretty disgusting political takes, in my personal opinion. You can agree or disagree about it in any particular way, but the fact of the matter is that for me, the opinion she's been putting forth about Donald Trump's immigration policies, the whole thing about transgender individuals, along with a number of other things, is a toxic thing. Now, and it's pretty much toxic in the political sense. However, that being set aside here, the brand thing is simply this. She has been doing this for the past 3 years, 3 to 4 years, and just now, after she made the comparison during a time in which it is politically toxic to have any association with Trump, and it is toxic in a business sense to have any association with Trump at this point in time, this was a business decision in my eyes. And the reason why it's a business decision is because you don't want to have an actor or an actress on your fucking payroll who is literally meant to just simply play a character of a freedom fighter, and then have that same actress go on to then support a lying president who wanted to go ahead and lead an insurrection because he can't stand democracy. That is so toxic for your brand that I do not blame Disney one fucking iota for firing her. So, should they have done it sooner? I honestly don't know, nor do I care really, because as disgusting as I found their politics I found Disney a little bit more just a little bit more disgusting because they were allowing, well, their own employees to literally bully fans just because they didn't like the stuff that Disney was putting out. So, in all honesty, while these two, while the thing that Gina Carano got banned for is obviously not morally equivalent to that, if I'm being perfectly honest, this is a bit of a hypocritical move in my personal opinion. And this is a point in which I will reach out to people and sort of say, hey, you know what? As toxic as Gina Carano is, I don't know why it is Pablo Hidalgo also doesn't get the same treatment. You know, he's lying about the continuity of Star Wars. He's lying about the Legends whole fiasco. He's constantly bullying individuals for simply expressing their opinions and their feelings about Disney's entries, as well as trying to express a love of the old things that he himself actually worked on. Someone like that, and people like him, by the way, Pablo Hidalgo isn't the only one doing so, should also be probably fired, you know, for doing similarly toxic shit to your brand. Is this really something I need to explain here in this regard? I think it's pretty evidently straightforward here. That being said here, that's really all I want to say on the topic. I wouldn't have really said anything had Gina really not got fired. But hey, I just figured I'd give my 2 cents on the topic here, since people might ask me about it from time to time later on in the future. See y'all later, and peace.